Hello everyone and welcome to Resident Evil 2 Remake. We will be going through the Claire A scenario, and if we have time at the end, we will have a little bit of a treat for you, but we're going to get right on into this. And it opens with a cutscene, so I'm going to let those play so we can watch it and get the story.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh, I believe you, buddy. I believe you. Just tell us a story. Tell us a story.
Okay, well, it was last Friday night. I was walking home from the bar, and this woman started coming towards me. She was staggering, you know, so I figured she was drunk.
Whoa. Okay, tell us, be honest now. How many drinks did you have?
No, man, I barely had a buzz on.
Oh, come on.
Look, just listen, all right? She got closer, and I got a good look at her. You had to see her eyes, her nose, her whole face. It looked like it was rotting.
Yeah.
She looked like a corpse. Like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just, hey, you gotta stay strong, okay? Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, they'll sink their teeth in you. I saw it attack somebody.
Oh, come on. Just getting good.
Just a warning for anyone, there's going to be a ton of violence and death in this. I mean, that just comes with Resident Evil territory.
Oh, shit. What do I do? What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I'm almost there. You know me, I'll be fine. Sounds good. I'll be back as soon as I find Chris. I will, but I gotta go. Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble? What the? Hello?
So, I hope everyone really loves the reticle for this game, because you're gonna see it a lot.
Anybody here? Hello? Are you okay? Wait here. I'll check it out.
And this is one of the, like, 3 really bad scenes for gore, if you don't much like that.
Stay back, man. I got this.
Get off him! Don't come any closer! Bastard!
So you'll see, I usually take turns with an aim, as long as it's like a hard turn. So you'll see coming up, I'm about to make a 2 90-degree turns, and I aim. So that's very common. It's called a quick turn. It basically lets you make a 90-degree turn and keep that momentum until you can realign the camera. And you're going to get to hear Claire ask the best question of any cinematic ever.
Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Did she think it was a Halloween getup?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we found each other. I don't know what to expect anymore.
They obviously didn't think about that scene being played after you unlock the alternative outfits. And this is just the opening cinematic. You don't really learn anything here. So I'm going to go over a couple of really important things for the game while this cinematic's going. So one of the major things is going to be DA. It's called difficulty adjustment, and it comes in a score of increments of 1, but it only really matters when you make jumps of 1,000. So a DA score of 4,000 translates to a DA rank of 4. And making sure that you don't go way too high or way too low is very important, because at DA 7, very specifically, zombies start taking up to like 3 to 4 headshots before they end up getting stunned. And the majority of this game is going to be stunning a zombie so you can run around it. So it's very important that I don't get that number up way too high, way too quick. But also, the AI acts differently for each DA rank. So I'm going to try and keep that at the specific number for specific areas.
Due to the citywide outbreak, you were advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station. Free food and medical supplies will be provided.
I see a question in the chat. Yes, the category is 120 FPS because the knife is extremely broken. I will get to that in a little bit. I promise when we get to the part where that is entirely relevant, I'll go over it.
No, they're survivors. It's a big city. There has to be. Looks like we're walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, you gotta back up. Hold that.
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now! Hold on!
Good guy, truck driver. Flipping the wheel over at the last second. I don't care who you are, that's gonna knock you on your butt for quite a while.
Claire! Claire, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
I can't stay here. It's not safe.
Oh shit. Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
So another important thing is Claire specifically, it doesn't matter for Leon, but Claire very specifically does the run in caution. So, and that's because she moves fastest in the caution bar. So I'm going to be trying to stay in yellow bar for the entirety of this run. And using him to get hit is the fastest because he doesn't have any arms, he doesn't have an animation for attacking. So another reason you'll see the reticle quite a bit is because of this thing called stair skating. And that's because the animation for Claire coming out of aiming and running overrides the animation she has for walking up or down stairs. And I'm starting off pretty poorly by keeping this yellow bar. I got hit. He has one of 3 things he can do, and he took the worst one, and I just wasn't ready for it. And oppose. So this game is done on endgame time. So it doesn't really matter for my time that I watch the cutscenes. It won't affect anything.
Anybody here?
However, I'm going to be going out of my way to make sure you all get every cutscene that I can remember that isn't really far out of the way.
Come on, Chris. Where are you? Oh shit. They're inside too.
David, Marvin, you there? I found a way out. It's in here. Send reinforcements. East hallway.
My guy, there are no reinforcements.
I should help this guy.
So, if you had quick eyes, you would have seen that I just walked by an item that I could have picked up. And that item was a medical spray can. And those are actually what I don't want to be using to heal myself. If anything, I want to use just a strict green herb, because it will only heal me up 1 bar. So if I'm in red bar, it'll take me to yellow. And if I'm in yellow, it'll take me to green. The med kits take you all the way up to 100%. And as Claire, I would then need to take 1 to 2 hits to be able to get back into yellow. Sometimes I forget that you have to press and hold for this one. That's just my bad. In a couple of places, you will see me do a pause buffer. I've tried to eliminate them the best I can. However, to get the zombie here in a second to react the way I want him to, I have to do a pause buffer. This is one of the really bad scenes, also.
I'm so sorry.
Luckily, he had that out. So here, I'm going to do a pause input, and that's because this guy is actually one of the, 2 things in the entire game that are run on a real timer. And so by doing that, I can ensure that he's going to bust through the door when I want him to, so that I can get past him without any inputs. This cutscene is also pretty bad.
You all right?
Yeah.
You're safe. For now. Marvin Browner.
Thanks.
Obviously someone taught you well.
Yeah. I know how to take care of myself.
Come on.
Oh, no, one more cutscene.
So nobody knows what caused this?
There's a lot of theories. But all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Hey, keep that on. Just in case.
I'm not gonna be around long. Once I find Chris, we're out of here.
You really Chris's sister?
Yeah. Why? Did you find something?
He's on vacation. Europe, I think. Left weeks ago.
Vacation? That's great news.
Well, I've got more for you. Looks like there might be a way out through this secret passageway.
Good. Hey. Hey, we should probably get you to a hospital.
Oh, forget about me. I can take care of myself.
No. Don't be ridiculous. You're gonna need some help.
Listen, Claire. Save yourself. So you can see your brother again. Now, you'll probably need this.
No, I'm not taking that. You're gonna...
And be careful. If you see one of those things, no matter who they were, you can't hesitate. Take them out if you can. Or you run.
We're gonna opt for run most of the time. Marvin is a great character. He also appears in Resident Evil 3, which takes place around Resident Evil 2. I highly recommend go watching a playthrough that shows the story of Resident Evil 3 after you watch this. It just fits everything so well. And I'm just going to reorder my inventory so that some items end up where I want them to later. And I like that that cutscene actually is slightly different for Leon. You actually get to see a cutscene where Marvin is a little bit more steadfast. Since he has rank on Leon, he actually gives him a direct order. And it's really great to see that they took little considerations like that into effect when going over cutscenes that are the same. So, as stated before, the primary goal for most zombie interactions is going to be stun and then run. Stun and run. And as you can see, the inventory system tends to favor... Well, it doesn't even tend. It favors putting things in basically numbered boxes. So imagine each row labeled 1 through 4, and then you go to the next row starting at 5, so on and so forth. I didn't see where Karen was. So we're going to try something new, except for I want to be looking this way. Sorry if that hurt anyone's eyes. But sometimes, I call her Karen, she can be right where you stand, and then she bites you, and you just can't do anything about it. So this is another place where I would pause buffer, and you can pause and see where that statue is going to be, and then you can figure out how many turns you need to make.
There you are. Come here.
What is it?
Take a look.
Oh my god, he made it!
You know him?
Yeah, it's Leon. Kennedy, I think?
The rookie. Thought he looked familiar. You can make it to that courtyard. The second floor, east side.
Okay. Thanks, Marvin. I'm on it.
This is a cutscene I'm not gonna skip. It doesn't do anything, but I am doing no cutscene skips, or I'm gonna try not to. So those are not gonna be skipped. They're about a second long each time. The beginning of this game has a lot of cutscenes.
Hey! Claire?
Leon! I'll be right there! Leon, we really gotta stop meeting like this.
Are you all right? Police chopper, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I take it you don't have the key.
No, I don't. It's good to see your face, though. How are you holding up?
I am hanging in there.
Hell of a night, huh?
Yeah. You find your brother?
I did, actually. He's... Just me think he can't get in.
Can't have too much flirting in a zombie apocalypse.
Leon, you should get going.
Don't worry about me. Just get yourself to safety.
No, Leon, seriously, they're getting through the fence. Please, just go.
We're gonna make it. Both of us.
So, Claire has a little bit more RNG than Leon. Not very much, but we're coming up on one. And there is just... There's a guy that we used the pause buffer on earlier. And he can be in any number of places. And we're gonna hope that he's not right in front of this door. Which is fine. Yeah, see, he was over there. If he's right in front of that door, sometimes you just kick it open and he attacks you. And while pause buffering does help to make sure that you don't get got by him, sometimes you just kind of forget about it. And we are going to be grabbing a green herb for safety here. Just because we're coming up on the... I guess you could call them one of the enhanced... I don't want that there. One of the enhanced enemies of the game. And we'll get there. If you notice I take this wall really tightly, that's because there's a dead body hanging there. And if you don't dodge it like I do, sometimes he falls on you. And this is another piece of RNG. I like to see him not at all, which is where he was. He was still over by the vending machine. But he's entirely safe at all times. And then at some points we're going to take advantage of the fact that zombies don't actually become active until they're all the way through an animation. So I just walked right in front of her. That was completely safe as long as you're quick enough. Just because she can't grab you until she's done with her standing animation. So here's one of our enhanced enemies. It's a licker. And they are based entirely on sound. So usually, in a... There we go. In a playthrough, you just kind of walk when you're around them. But what we do is instead we manipulate their AI. And by that, I guess I kind of actually mean we want to take advantage of it. Because the lickers see where you're going, and then they base their attacks off that. However, the system that they used wasn't perfect. So what ended up happening was it looks at where you're looking, and then it bases its attacks mostly off of that and your position. So if you're looking somewhere but you're not moving, it's going to attack right where you're standing. But if you're looking in one direction and moving another, they're going to actually attack favoring that direction that you're looking. Oh, I'm going to miss the short cycle here. So by looking at that licker, we get it to think that we're doing something else. And thus, it shorted its attack. It actually attacked thinking we were going to be closer to it than we actually were. And here, we're going to do the same thing. By looking up, it actually thinks we're doing something entirely different. And thus, it goes for like a full... Oh, yeah. So if you're wondering why I kind of went back up that ladder, you have iframes on the ladder. While you are on the ladder, you can't be grabbed. However, as soon as you step off of it, you lose those iframes. So I wanted to stay on that ladder until both of those attacks were done, so that I just ensured that I didn't get grabbed. So we have a cutscene to play here.
Looks like it leads underground. Good. We can get out of this hellhole. Hey, Marvin! Guess what? I think I found the way out! Marvin, come on. Let's get you out of here. Let's go. Are you okay?
No, just go. Save yourself.
Come on. It's bad. We gotta get you to hospital
Please,
now.
Claire. We both know how this is going to end. Get out of the city.
I can't just leave you here.
Claire, please, go. Do this for me.
Okay. Hey, Marvin. Thank you.
Very touching cutscene. So, usually, I usually do a little poll. Not like a real poll, but I usually just kind of get a general consensus of what's going to happen. I usually tell everyone that the first time I did this fight in a casual playthrough, it took me around 60 handgun bullets and 2 flame rounds to beat the first boss. As a speedrunner, I have much better control over the game, and I have I have 24 shots. So I want everyone to take a guess as to how many of those shots it's going to take for me to beat this first boss called G1. However, someone in the chat kind of spoiled what's going to happen, and you'll get a good look at what's going to happen. Here in 1 second, we have a cutscene where we are introduced to Sherry. I see a 24. 24 is a good guess. There is handgun bullets in the arena, though. I'll let you guys know that.
Hello? Hey. It's okay. I won't hurt you, I promise. Do you need help? Here, you can take my hand.
You need help.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
You need help.
Why?
He's right behind you.
1,000 bullets. I think that's a little much temp, but we'll see. We got 24 and we got 1,000. 3. Someone guessed 0. That's a bold statement, guessing 0 shots to beat a boss. -5. You think I'm gonna pull 5 bullets out of him? That's also a bold statement.
You gotta be kidding me.
However, if your guess was, in fact, 0, you are correct. So, this boss is done entirely with the knife. And why that is because the knife actually checks how many times it hit. That was a pretty poor fight, actually. The boss, or the knife checks how many frames it is inside of a hitbox. And then it translates that to how much damage it should do. And because I'm at 120 FPS, essentially, my knives do double the amount of damage as they would do when slashing as they would on 60. And it's not an exact ratio, but it's really close for estimating. And that is the reason why the frame rate is actually capped for most of these runs. You can do 120 for almost everything.
It's safe now. It's over.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise. Everything's fine. I just need you to lower that ladder for me.
I will say that's the only boss I do 100% with the knife, And all the rest of them, I do significantly less with the knife than professional world record holder, world record hunters do. And that's just because we're in a marathon setting. I want to make sure that I don't die. I see a lot of world record attempts die at like G3 and G4 because you just lose some time.
I'll help you.
But yes, never bring a gun to 120 frames per second knife fight. However, it does seem weird that only bosses have hitboxes big enough for it to really matter.
It won't move. You got it.
So,
The G2 fight is a pain. It's a big old pain, and because of that, I actually use the Spark Shot
big
for it.
pharmaceutical company?
It's kind of a
How is that work?
mix of the 60 frames per second
Well, hopefully you'll get to see her again.
and the 120 frames.
So, where's your dad?
I'm gonna pick up this bag here, or these hip pouches, just because
She's gone.
I,
Wow.
being safe, having extra herb, an extra knife, it's gonna be helpful.
Here.
We all appreciate Claire doing this in high heels, also.
It's closed.
Damn it. We need a key card. Hold on. Here, come help.
What's this little girl gonna do?
You're sure this is the way?
This is how my mom took me last time.
Sherry? I've been looking everywhere for you, Sherry. Brave little girl to leave your house in the middle of this mess. On the ground, hands behind your head.
You can't be serious.
On the ground, now.
We don't much like this guy. I don't know if
Jerry?
that's apparent.
Tie your hands.
Why are you doing this?
Shut up. Tie her. Okay then. You tie her up now, or she dies.
What's this all about?
Child endangerment, for starters. Sherry, come here.
What are you gonna do to her?
None of your fucking business.
If you hurt her, I swear to God, my brother is stars and I will
Sherry, get over here. What's your name? What's your fucking name?
Claire!
Sherry, you come with me now, or say goodbye to Claire.
Okay, I'll go. You better be taking me to my mom.
Absolutely.
Don't listen to him, he's full of shit.
I'm pretty sure, in all honesty,
Don't tell me how
he's
to
being
do your
truthful.
job.
Stop! Let me go! Let me go!
Obviously, nobody taught you manners. We'll fix that. Oh, yes, we will.
Let me go! Let me go!
I'll get you, you fucker!
Yes, Chief Irons is the biggest jerk in all of RE2. We have, it looks like, 1 or 2 people in chat that really know their way around RE2, which is nice. If I say something completely off the wall that's entirely wrong, they can tell me how stupid I am.
Key card first.
So, we're getting ready to run through a little gauntlet of liquors. Prior to about yesterday, I was getting this with about 80% accuracy. And then, earlier today, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. Whew. And then earlier today, I got some weird RNG that just didn't work for my return trip through those liquors. it was really weird. I reset like 4 or 5 times and it just never fixed itself. So I reloaded the autosave. So here, as I said, liquors like sound. So we're gonna shoot there, and that should draw these guys there, and think more that that's where I am, and then they kind of fix themselves. And then we're gonna take advantage of that looking one more time. And by looking at that custodial cart, it thinks that I'm moving forward, so it jumps in front of me.
Must be where that guy came from.
Actually, for a second thought, I didn't pick up the diamond key. I don't know why. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go all the way back through there and get those. The sewers, watch what I do for the sewers, and I won't say it's simple, and I won't say it's easy, but once you get it, it changes sewers forever. Sewers used to be my highest reset point, and now I haven't reset to it, probably in about 50 runs. And for any Resident Evil longtime fans from the OG days, don't worry. We do still have the object interaction to figure out what it does. We mostly avoid that, but here, it's how we get this key. So because I'm not reading any documents, nobody really knows what's going on here. Documents kind of tell the story in this game. Ooh, can we get it? Can we get it? So we want to grab this. Probably not. Also, if you're standing right next to a door that a zombie is trying to break through, it will almost, if not always, break through the door on its next attempt, if you're standing right next to it. It's a really weird mechanic, but it's actually extremely helpful if you do something wrong like I did. Because it gets them to go through that so much quicker. And then, like I said, they have to finish their animation before they can attempt to grab you again. So when he busted through, I had an amount of time to hit him before he was able to grab me. And this is one of the cases that stair skating is like super important, because if you don't stair skate, that zombie actually gets in your way. You have to shoot her to get out of your, to be able to get around it. Now we're going to be introduced to the big bad chaser of the game, and it's Mr. X. So we're going to line ourselves up, and we're going to manipulate his AI too. And if we're lucky, we will actually not ever have to interact with him again. I don't think I'm going to be super lucky, so don't hold me to that. We might have an interaction or two. But yes, you can shoot his hat off. Actually, I might do that just so we can have another interaction with him. I usually do it, and then I relearned the dodge there that's quicker, and I don't have time to set it up anymore. And because I'm being safe, I'm going to be marathon safe. I'm going to pick up this grenade. Most of the time you wouldn't, and we're going to get rid of the used knife. Alright, so that guy was a little bit of a bitch. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this. And then we're going to use the fact that zombies listen to noise to hopefully dodge a zombie here. I don't think so, because when I set this up earlier, I actually didn't do it right. So we want to Alright. We're gonna have to do a safer strat here, because when I set this up earlier, when I had to dodge 2 zombies here, it kind of messed up what I was supposed to do there. So we're gonna get Mr. X coming up these stairs. And in a real run, this is this is kind of a run ender in a regular run. But I can save it. I don't like that I had to use that knife, but it's not the end of the world. She's gonna grab me, which is fine. This would be a heavy reset. I actually would have in a real day that I'm trying to hit a personal best, I would have reset this when those 2 zombies were at the bottom of the ladder and I didn't have the chance to set up the library like I wanted to. However, I have enough backups that we should be entirely fine. I don't need to reload a save. And this is what happens whenever a runner gets flustered. You just kind of forget things because you're like, wow, this run is going so horrible. I forgot to pick up the large gear. Someone who knows what they're doing is like, no, you forgot the large gear! I will say it's not the first time I forgot the large gear. So this isn't even a backup for the backup. This is... We've already burned and shredded and burned plans A through ZZ. This is flying by the seat of our pants at this point. I almost skipped that cutscene. You know what actually got me is when I started playing this, I forgot that electrical piece probably 75% of the time. If not more. When I was very first running this game, this was my #1 reset point. Because there's just no safe way to get it. Where is he? Where did X go? Alright, we're gonna have to... Oh, he's downstairs. He never even made it out of the library. We're gonna just do the safe thing for this. Or frickin' not. Holy crap. Alright, I'm flustered. I'm getting ready to get a cutscene. I'm getting ready to get a break. I'll let myself catch back up. Also, if you are learning this on computer, these are so much easier if you have 2 screens, by the way. Actually, a missed shot on the DA only changes it by, I want to say like 13. It's not very much. with a handgun. If you miss a shot with the spark shot, I think it goes down even more. Miss shots that don't do anything. I think each weapon has a different amount that it changes it.
Hello?
Good to see you again, Claire.
But yeah, you can miss shots all freaking day.
We've got unfinished business.
The DA doesn't really change all that much. It can be helpful if, like, you're trying to go into a fight with the 7 and you have, like, an 810 to an 8100.
You'll find it.
Sherry, all right?
A bite to the DA is...
I swear you bastard.
I don't know. I have the DA up in front of me. If I get bit again, I'll be able to tell you. It's a good chunk. It's well over 100.
Stupid kid.
Not quite 1,000. You don't go down a whole DA just for being bit. I think dying and hitting the reload is like 800. I think it's 120 that you lose for a bite.
All over soon.
There has to be a way out of
If anyone ever had trouble with this Sherry puzzle, I'm going to change your life. If you can... I know first time I did this, I probably spent an hour trying to figure out where this goes. Fun fact. You place the block, you pick the first block up, and put it in the 3rd slot. Holy crap. The first block goes in the 3rd slot, and all the other pieces are in the right spot. And it is entirely possible that when you drop that block into the 3rd slot, the puzzle is just solved. Sometimes. Sometimes it just happens. Someone who can do the math can tell you, but it's a 4 to the 4th. Should be the probability of that happening. Oh, come on. Wasn't quite done with that. Now, Chief Irons is kind of blind. It's, his AI is all sorts of wonk. And that's where we are right now. He took us to the orphanage. The local orphanage. And he's just kind of waiting. We don't know why yet. Sherry does not have the ability to stair skate. You have to have a weapon drawn for that. Also, that door is the one that makes me the most mad out of every single Resident Evil franchise ever.
It's him.
Where you going, Sherry?
Once you learn the speedrun strat to
I
Sherry,
told you to.
you should never fail it. You should never fail it again.
You need to learn to listen.
Leave me alone. Please.
Someone did a run. It used to be a world record. I don't know how long ago since it's... Oh, he just got hit with formaldehyde. It's very important.
You're gonna pay for this. Oh, shit.
Someone used to do a world record, or used to hold the world record, and they actually don't crouch at all with Sherry in this upcoming section. I was absolutely astounded when I saw it, and basically they were just showcasing how horrible his AI is here. So they got through here, and then they stood up, and then they did not crouch again for the remainder of this session, other than to get back through. Oh no, you don't have to do it to get back through there, because he moves it. I think someone in the Resident Evil Discord community has it. However, I think the person who had it is no longer a presence in the Discord. Because a lot of people have been trying to figure out some things about DA, new runners specifically, trying to figure things out about DA. And people are kind of taking guesses or having to go back into the game and be like, oh, let me take a bite to tell you how much you lose. But there is somewhere floating a list of what each action in the game does to your DA. I don't know much about modding. When I mod, I don't change much about gameplay. So he can't hear either, apparently. And then we're just gonna stand over here, right behind this green semicircle. And I want you to tell me if you think you would be able to see me. Here's a hint. He's not. That light was shining just like right there. Residual scatter should have seen me. So I need to get into position.
This is your last fucking chance. Show yourself. Now!
The acid in his ears? Yeah, but he still has one completely good ear. And he can't... Once he makes that turn, he can't see you.
Fuck is my key? Eyes. See.
So, coming up is the door that makes me the most mad out of all the Resident Evil games. It has a pin and tumbler lock on each side where one key can unlock both sides. So while the design of the door is also quite annoying, also, when you unlock the door, you know how there was a cutscene that immediately followed it of Sherry going through? That cutscene doesn't actually proc immediately. You have to step forward to get that cutscene to happen. It's just so annoying.
Now you're in trouble.
Let me go!
That's a gross cutscene. It's not really a bad one.
Good to see you again, Claire. We've got unfinished business.
What are you talking about?
Don't waste my fucking time! Bring me the pendant, or Sherry dies.
I got something way up in my nose. Holy crap.
Pendant. What do you need it for?
Do you want the girl to die?
Fine. Where are you?
The orphanage.
We are, in fact, invited to Chief Irons' baby shower.
You'll find it.
Is Sherry all right?
For now.
I swear, you bastard, if you hurt her. Are you serious?
Yeah, usually I say that during my runs, if it's not showing the cutscenes. Yeah, so I started this run in-game time 27 minutes ago. Accounting for cutscenes, someone can tell me how long I've been running this. But it was not when I reached here. So apparently 2 Claires exist in the multiverse. Yeah, the timer is paused. There have been some problems with the timer. If someone here is in the Discord, if they could tell a mod that the timer is paused, or if we just want to wait 20 minutes, it'll fix itself. So I shot his hat off already. Oh no, his hat came off by itself. Cool. Yeah, so I just manipulate his AI there by aiming at him. It makes him want to run at me a little bit less.
Looks like the only way forward.
Yeah, so the timer is paused as part of the system that we use for timing kind of gets messed up a little bit. But the stream itself, or the thing that runs the timer, will reset every 20 minutes. And the timer's paused for you guys, but the timer's still running. Oh, come on. So very famously, apparently people say that the dogs are free. I need that grenade. So we want to... if you miss that part when you step off the bus by 3 seconds, less than, second and a half maybe, that dog can hit you back into the bus, the zombie can grab you. It's a nightmare.
Hang on, Sherry.
I've lost a lot of runs there, too. So this cutscene is kind of bad. But not as bad as, I don't think, the 3 prior. Mostly because we're like, good with this. My guy. I got here in 3 minutes.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
And then...
Sherry? Where are
So we're supposed to have a little interaction with Mr. X here.
Sherry? I'll be right
I'm just going to ignore him entirely.
Go, go, go!
You don't need to do anything about it. As long as you know where you're going. He can't do anything. He can't hurt Sherry. I'm pretty sure Sherry has invincibility in this game.
Keep going. Sherry, come on.
Oh no! What is this? Did she just say, Daddy? And so people who played the game a long time ago, they know, mostly through documents and storytelling, that is William Birkin, and the girl Sherry, her last name is Birkin. And if you were listening earlier, you heard that her mom and dad worked at Umbrella, and her dad is no longer with us, I think is what she says.
He's going to get us. Wake up!
But now, Mr. X is entirely out of the picture for Claire's scenario. We never have to see him again.
Wake up. Wake up. Open your eyes. Hold still. Not infected.
How I'm not infected? I don't know. I've been bitten several times.
Sherry. Where's Sherry? Sherry's fine.
Do you know Sherry?
It's an impressive display of strength.
What happened to her?
We have to assess the situation.
Who are you? I'm Claire.
So,
Didn't foresee this.
Ash. I'm gonna call you Ash.
Where is she?
The Birkin actually isn't a tyrant. We'll get into that here in a second.
Oh.
The gray guy is a tyrant.
Tell me, what happened to William?
Mr. X was part of a line of tyrants that were meant to be able to fit in the general population,
Can you help me
and
find
with
Sherry?
enough intelligence to be able to take orders.
Where are you going?
Look, I don't have time to play 20 questions. Everything's under control.
I need to find Sherry.
My daughter is not your concern.
I'm the only person that freaking cares about her in this game.
Sherry? Can you hear me?
1 hour.
Now I'm gonna smell like shit. Literally.
Let's all appreciate the great pun, ruined by the fact that she had to say literally so that we knew it was a pun. So now we are in the sewers section.
Here?
It is notorious for being very annoying to casual players. Which path is canon? So the canon story for this is technically Leon A, Claire B. However, that's not entirely true. If you read into it, you go into the official lore. Basically, the start of it is Leon A, Claire B. Claire fights G1, I think. Leon fights G2 and G3. Claire fights G4, G5, and Leon fights Tyrant. I think that's what it is.
Sherry, I'm coming. Hold on, Sherry.
But then you have things like this where Leon and Claire's trips through the sewers are both canon. So all these cutscenes you get are part of the canon story. And here, in a second, we're going to be making a dodge. It is probably the tightest dodge in the run. And I'm going to take this hit because there is a green herb right here. And it's actually just better for me not to waste that knife. I don't know why I put that so far away. I'm just going to use it. And now we're going to be introduced to... So I've been calling the boss G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. And the reason is because he is just the perfect version of this thing that just flopped out of that sewer pipe. And those are called Gs. And they're called Gs because they're the G virus instead of the T virus. And they make this horrible swamp monster that I don't think can survive outside of the sewers. I don't know. And Birkin is just an enhanced version of that, basically. Here I need to... Anyone who's speedrun this knows that what I'm about to do is not what you do in the run. No one comes back here for the run. But I'm trying to find all optional cutscenes for you guys so that you can kind of get the feel for everything that happens. And to do that... I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to die. That's how I'm going to fix it. So my DA just took a major hit, and I am actually now not in the DA I wanted to be. I honestly should have practiced that set of dodges a lot more than I did. I did it 2 times. Both times went... Oh, at least I'm right here. Both times went phenomenally. Okay, I have the... And I was just like, you know what, that's it. It's not going to be too difficult. Alright, I did want that guy way over here. What I do for extra content... Oh, I didn't get the pouches. this guy's going to be at the door. So we want to shoot him, step through, grab this, step around, grab the ammo. And now we are back on track. And if I did everything right, this G is still not going to be on our way. Which he is not. It's perfect. Should be way down there. Yep. Awesome. So we can still miss that guy. Step up here. Everything's free. Is just if you're learning how to do this and you're trying to figure out how to do stuff. Birkin is Sherry's dad. If you're trying to figure out how to do dodges and stuff, the number one thing I can tell you is be confident. You're more likely to get grabbed if you stop a dodge midway and try to save yourself. And this run's been going kind of crap, so I don't foresee me getting this dodge, but we will try it nonetheless. So we dodge him, run way out this way, and I did get it. That's kind of a hard dodge too. But yeah, so you want to shoot the one guy so that he comes up before you get in his range so that you don't get staggered. And then, just like every other zombie, he can't start a new animation until he's done with the old one. So while he's coming out because you shot him, you just run by him. We're going to get that out of our way, because I don't need that again. That guy can kind of be a problem. I'd like for him to stay down, and maybe because of DA4 he will. No. Of course not. So here we get Claire's penultimate weapon, I guess you could call it. She gets one weapon that's supposedly better than this, but it just isn't. That's all I can say about the Uzi, is it just isn't. It's a very bad gun, not worth it. It's in the same spot, in the same difficulty to get as the Magnum for Leon, and it just is not that good. However, Claire gets her version of the Magnum before Leon does, so I guess that makes up for it. Because I could have already gotten Claire's Magnum, but I don't need it. So, we're gonna... Nope! Okay. We're gonna hope we can outrun these G embryos. I think we're fine. The G embryos can poison you, and poisoning you slows you down a lot. Okay. There's better ways to dodge him, but I like that version. It's a couple seconds slower, but it's almost guaranteed to work. Where are these hooligans? Just be confident. See? Claire's Magnum is actually right over there in that safe. It just upgrades her SLS, which is her handgun. And because we're here for cutscenes, we're gonna watch an... Come on. We're gonna watch an entirely optional one.
Oh, please, stop. Stop. No. Power here, you freak! Don't hurt him.
And that is William. That is also very important, I think, in the overall lore of Resident Evil. The fact that those rats were eating the G-Virus. Someone who knows a little bit more about lore would probably be able to tell you. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that cassette. I'm not here to teach you how to do puzzles, but if you caught that,
All right, Sherry.
kudos.
On my way.
Just checkmate the lock, basically. So, a lot of people might remember this as a kind of annoying part of the game to do. Oh, I threw that way too late. Oh, I didn't. So if you throw a grenade in that corner after Claire says, oh shit, it'll hit G for just enough damage to get him to skip the phase and come open that door. And here you might be wondering why I'm not doing quick turns. And that's actually because I want to be... If I get too far away from G, he actually pauses in his run. And we want him to come down right behind us. We want to pick up the flashbang and the knife. And this is the kind of safer strat I went for. Hit him 10 to 13 times. You don't want to really do more than that. And then you want to shoot that eye on his back before it grows back all the way. It's very important you shoot it before it grows back all the way, because if you hit it once it's open, he'll go down again. And you won't deal enough damage for this cart or this crate to one cycle. And for the mechanics of the crane fight, the crane does 33% damage, I'm pretty sure.
I'm so sorry, Sherry.
Unless G is below 50%, at which point it kills him. So you only have to get him to 50%, I guess 49.9%. And, oh, I skipped the... I'm so sorry. I skipped his death animation. Basically, the crane hits him, he acts like he's gonna,
Sherry?
like, wrestle it, and then he loses his footing, he falls down.
Sherry, are you
Scaffolding falls down. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I realized that. I'm like, wait, there's a cutscene.
What are you doing?
Because I almost... The only reason I know that I skipped it is because I almost skipped this, and I was like, wait, no, I can't skip cutscenes. I was like, oh crap, I just skipped a cutscene.
She can't be saved.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're her mother. Get in here.
You don't understand.
The run has not been invalidated yet.
Out there, and if I don't stop him,
This conversation.
You're allowed one death in a run.
wait. I can treat her in my lab. It's not far away.
Mommy?
And since there's no different different category between cutscene percent and any percent, or I guess this is new game,
Millions of lives are at stake.
because the in-game timer is what we use,
Not
it doesn't
enough,
matter.
Sweetie. Goodbye.
Are you fucking kidding me? Sherry, don't worry. I will get you whatever you need, okay?
Oh, why are you doing this?
Because I care.
Thank you, Claire.
Ned said her lab's not far. Wait.
And sadly, we can't stair skate or do real quick turns with Sherry in our hands. You can kind of do quick turns, if you know what you're doing, which I obviously didn't there.
Hold on, Sherry.
But it's not really a quick turn. It's stop running in one direction and start running in another without overlapping your inputs, which is not quite the same as quick turning.
Good. Cable car.
And just like with a lot of Resident Evil games, we have hit the point of no return. Well, actually here in a second anyways.
Here.
Yeah, the run animation while you're holding Sherry is kind of silly.
There you go. Just hold on, Sherry, okay? You're gonna be just fine.
I want you all to take note of what Claire is wearing. And I want you to take note of what Sherry is wearing.
Better check everything.
Alright?
There's no turning back.
I'm in a button down, suspenders, a tie. Sherry is in a vest and a long sleeve shirt and shorts. Where did the jacket come from?
Hey. Are you okay?
Your jacket's so warm.
My brother gave it to me. You know it's supposed to be lucky.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Are you kidding me? You were doing just fine without me, till I came along and got you all sorts of trouble. I have something of yours.
I don't want it.
Really? Why not? It's so pretty.
It's from my mom. For my birthday last year.
There's no pack. She doesn't have a pack on her.
I know it seems like your mom doesn't care, but... Hey, Sherry, come here. Hey, hang in there, okay?
Now, arriving at Nest.
The pack is under the hat. Yes. Claire kept an entire jacket under her nifty, dapper little hat. So, basically, a really cool aesthetic thing they did in the game was if you are playing through the first time and you don't have any extra skins, or if you're playing with the alternative set, Claire actually loses the jacket and is now just in a tank top, and Sherry is wearing her jacket. And the alternative outfit is pink and it has the shoulders cut off, and that jacket transfers over. It's actually a really cool aesthetic thing that they did.
Welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
I almost did it again.
Okay. Here you go.
So, Ash.
Alright.
Kind of. So, he basically got like 100 doses of G. And basically, instead of the G infecting him,
That's gotta be
it's like its own organism around him now.
Hey,
But in stage
Sherry?
one,
I gotta go.
he had
You stay right here,
enough
okay?
sentience from William still being there
I'll be
and
back
being
soon.
the only real brain there that he could kind of control what was going on. Once you get into G2, he actually loses the entire ability to make sentient decisions. And we're going to pick up the grenade launcher, which is free here. You don't have to go around collecting things to be able to get it like you do in the RPD. If you have collected it, you will instead get a thing of grenade rounds. Flame grenade rounds. But I'm picking that up because I might need it because I used the knife, and if I have to use one more for who knows what reason, I'm going to have to use that. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna have to use the spark shot to get myself out of this. That shot I did before was supposed to put him by the wall, but that's not gonna happen. So now he can't get through this door because he doesn't have the appropriate wristband. I didn't hit him quick enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kill him. And if I was here to collect documents, there's one that is very important to this, to tell you. If you are playing the game, there's one right there that kind of tells you what you need to do right now. It's kind of cool. Documents really make this game. It's not the cutscenes, it's the documents, honestly. And I would have loved to have learned a all documents run, but to get all documents, you have to do both players, or both characters' A and B scenarios. So DA, another thing that, so what the DA does is it impacts how much damage enemies in general take from you. I need to get that, by the way. That's my other wristband upgrade. It modifies how much damage enemies take from you, and how much damage it takes to stun them for most regular enemies. Those don't change between runs, by the way. Pick up that second flash grenade. Maybe I'll learn. The thing is, I just don't like running Leon. I don't like the tyrant fight. I'm just really not a fan of the tyrant fight. But maybe. And there you just saw, for a passing moment, the last, I think the last enemy type that you will see. I think it might actually be the last enemy type in general, and they're called Ivies. Ivies have a really fun mechanic. If they grab you, and you don't use a sub-weapon on them, so a knife, a grenade, or a flashbang, they just kill you. Also, they can only be permanently killed with fire, but they have weak points on them that are guaranteed stuns if you hit them with any amount of damage. Yikes, come on. I need DA7 before not too long. So yeah, you see he has these bulbs on him, and you hit those with anything, even a knife, they will kill him. So the reason I picked up the grenade launcher is because I'm going to make this safe for me entirely. There's no way that this can go wrong. I say as there's a lot of ways it can go wrong. Okay, they all died. So I'm just going to kill those zombies, just so I don't have to worry about them later. And we're going to kill him. And you might think, this zombie up here is going to get in my way too. The one that just fell there. I'm actually not going to kill him with a flame ram. I'm going to, hopefully, stun him. Is what's hopefully going to happen. Or he's going to be on the ground, but neither of those. Okay, one shot stun. So I can see it, you all can't, but I can see my DA. My DA is now above 7,000. So I have a DA rank of 7. So not every headshot's going to stun zombies. And because I am out of area for things, I'm not going to rush this because I can't pick that green herb up. If I could pick that green herb up, I would do the actual strat for this, but I can't. However, we can do this, which will save us a little bit of time. Oh, and I get hit still. And I died. So now my run is invalidated as a real run. Welcome to Murph. Holy crap. Where does that reset me? Yikes. They definitely didn't stay stunned as long as I would have hoped. That's fine. He did get me with the ye old trusty 1-2. I didn't hit one of them correctly. So we're still gonna have to dodge one of those guys on the way back through. So the run becomes invalidated if you have 2 or more deaths. And that's because they just kind of wanted to set a baseline to make sure that everyone followed the same rules. And the reason it's invalidated after 2 deaths is because if you have 2 deaths on the same autosave, your time resets to when the autosave happened. My DA is now in the 6s. Yikers. So that was a guarantee. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Nope, I have to go back through because I just picked it up. Alright. I don't like this. But we're being safe so that we don't absolutely ruin everything. I see a raid in the chat from a Dan. He is a online friend of mine, and I want to say thank you for the raid. Anyone from that community, I'm doing kind of shit. However, what was my estimate on this? 205. We're gonna be cutting our close because of the 2 deaths and the 2 minutes running around in the. Dave, it's going kind of shit. I've died twice. Run's invalidated. Skipped a cutscene on accident. Okay. I want this. I'm going to try a quick run, which I didn't get. It's entirely safe otherwise, but if you time your step to start running with the explosion of the flash grenade, oh, I'm really not a fan. Holy crap. This is some of the worst RNG for the IVs I've ever seen.
Dispensing solution now.
And then we have to go steal his chip.
So much for the weed infestation.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions
And
are blocked.
some keen-eyed viewers might wonder why I have that extra flash grenade. That's because I'm going to take a grab. Not there. And specifically not through this door either. But I am going to take a grab, so I want the flash grenade as my sub. I'm going to take a grab right here. And hopefully have enough iframes to get around him. And through. And now we have another level of clearance, and we can head over to the west area. And with the entrance of the west area, we're going to have another optional cutscene. Oh. The IVs are the same strain as the... They're the same strain as the ones in Resident Evil 1. So the plant zombie that was the strain for that was the same one as here.
Got eyes on the G-Virus. Going in. Dr. Birkin, you'll come along with us quietly.
You think I didn't know you were coming? This is my life's work. I'm not handing over anything.
We have our orders, Dr. Birkin. I'll ask you one more time. Hold your fire! What the fuck were you thinking? Our orders were to bring him in alive.
Recognize that face, or remember that face, if you play the game. There's a thing, there's a bonus content called The Fourth Survivor, which is canon. So if I did a full canon story of Resident Evil 2, that would be part of the run. And I'm pretty sure it's him, specifically. It's one of these two that you see here.
Let's move.
And there we see why Sherry thinks her dad is dead. So we want to go ahead and get rid of that. And just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna craft some acid rounds. Just because that's, you know, that's how today's going. Hunk is pretty cool. I'll give you that one. I definitely think the least cool character from Resident Evil 2 is Leon. I have a great disdain for Leon.
Damn it. Look at that. All right.
Flan better than tofu. I like flan better than tofu.
Got it.
If you know, you know.
God.
And we're just gonna leave Sherry's pendant there for the sharp-eyed viewers. We could care less. So, Claire. So, yeah. So, the 60 FPS fight here. I'm doing this kind of as a mix of that fight. I'm using the spark shot mostly because I've watched way too many runs die, and I've had way too many die to this exact fight.
This ends now.
If you know, you know. Delita, I think your name is how that's pronounced at the start. If you know, you know. Flan is, to me, better than tofu.
What the hell is this thing?
That was my husband.
She is my creation! Oh!
William!
I should have killed him while I had the chance. I don't know why, I just couldn't do it.
He was your husband.
Honestly,
Like, one clip from a Glock would have killed him.
What about Sherry? How could you just leave her all alone while Raccoon City burned to hell?
I couldn't let my daughter grow up in a world with the G virus in it.
But that's no excuse to leave her.
Get got. And here we get G3.
Sorry, William.
No. I got this. You should take care of Sherry.
You don't know what you're up against.
Had a pretty damn good idea.
Whatever you do, don't stop until it's finished.
Trust me. This ends now.
Claire, you physically could not be more wrong. Oh, I fucked up. There we go. That makes a lot more sense now. Three, four. Yeah, just knife him until he dies. So, G's in general, I think, need to have a sewer situation. I think because of what William is, he's slightly immune to that effect. But also you have to remember this subway is under the sewers, or this lab is under the sewers. And I picked up that grenade, which is going to be super helpful in finishing the G4 fight very quickly. There was no cutscene for his death. He just blows up. Oh, I don't have my handgun. It's not as extravagant as the G1 and G2 deaths are. He just roars and then falls over dead. What is this RE4 Krauser boss fight? All the boss fights are primarily knife related.
Make it. Mom needs help.
Annette?
What's our time looking like? 1:40. We might be able to squeeze in the surprise at the end.
But you don't look so good.
So what? That's about 2 minutes behind me. I'll keep that in mind.
Mommy?
Hey, look at the screen. Oh, thank God. So Sherry's gonna be all right?
She'll be weak for a little while, but yes. She's free of the G-virus.
Bold-faced
Did
lie.
you hear that?
Spoilers. Bold-faced lie. She is not free of the G. It's actually a very important part of Resident Evil
She was attacked.
5. No. 6. Very important part of Resident Evil 6 is that she is not free of the G virus.
Take my daughter to safety. I'm sorry, Sherry.
6, yeah, it comes up in 6. Sherry is part of the task force that you use in 6. She's part of the story there, and her having priorly been infected by the G virus is important.
You're right, we can't.
Attention, unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected.
What? Who could have done
What
that?
does that mean?
We only took the antiviral. The other vial was still there. Oh, so I guess I lied. Claire fights G3.
The G-virus leaves the building.
It might be Leon G1, G2, Claire G3, G4, G5, Leon Tyrant.
Save my daughter.
Shame about the entirety of RE6. You couldn't have said that any better.
Sherry? Sherry, we're gonna say goodbye to your mom. Mom, please say goodbye. Please, Sherry. Listen. She loved you, okay? You really gotta get going. Come on.
You were right about
I refuse to acknowledge anything you say that's good about RE6. The whole game should have just never been made.
We can talk more about that later. We gotta hurry now. Come on.
No, there are good parts of RE6. It's just not... My statement still holds. The game should never have been made.
Sherry. Can you walk faster?
Yeah.
I don't want to rush you, but we have to go.
So yeah, who could have possibly taken the level 4 virus from the West Wing? We were just there. Maybe it's the other character that goes through there. Yeah, so Leon and his story also goes into the West Wing because he's looking for the virus for Ada because, quote, Ada is a part of the FBI and she is looking to get information on Umbrella and the Birkins to basically put them under forever. It's not that it tried too many things, it just wasn't a good game. There's nothing about the game that's good.
I'm really glad I met you.
The combat is...
I'm really glad I met you.
It's not Resident Evil. It's almost Call of Duty-esque. Your shootouts are. Villains are lackluster. So we're gonna grab one last knife. And it's very important that that not be in that position later. So a slight optimization you can do here. It doesn't save very much time, but Sherry actually is a magnet for doors to be open. So yeah, if you wait until she gets close enough and then step through the door will stay magnetized open. She doesn't have to go through her long-ass freaking animation to open the door. So I made some acid rounds. And the intention was that if my G3 fight went absolutely horrible... If the G3 fight went absolutely horrible, that's my saving grace. For fun fact, acid rounds stun G3. No matter what your DA is, no matter how much damage he does, if you make a solid shot with an acid round, G3 gets stunned. And then you have to wait for him to get out of his stun animation to do it again. Okay, so there's that. So we want to waste. Boom, look at that. Perfection. Oh, I missed. I assume, right? Yeah. Look at that. Did that to perfection. Used the last slash of the knife. Got grabbed by the other one. Used my third knife. It's exactly what I wanted to do. And there was one last standard enemy between us and the end of the game. And he has exactly 1 hit point. If you hit him with anything other than a flash grenade, he dies.
Atta girl. I think we're almost out of here.
Also, the grenade launcher in all its glory, for as amazing of a weapon as it is entirely useless for the final boss fight.
What are you doing?
I feel like I skipped a cutscene recently.
I need you to stay right here, okay?
I don't know if I did.
Okay.
But it felt like I did.
Promise I won't move.
Good.
Be careful.
Always.
So Resident Evil has this really weird thing with it always gives you one really big weapon at the end. And the game wanted to make sure that you didn't not pick that weapon up, so it made you have slots to pick up something to progress the game. Usually that big weapon is a rocket launcher. Sadly, that's not the case for Claire.
Claire!
Look who it is.
Leon? You're down here too?
Yeah.
Look
But the whole place
at
is
his
coming
shoulder
down.
if you can kind of get a good look at it. I
Look,
think it's this shoulder.
You need to get out. Fast.
No, I found a way out.
I don't know if you could see it, but his alternate
We
costume
can all
is in the bandaged state. I'm pretty
Where are
sure.
you now?
Claire, are you still there?
Leon? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Leon! Leon! Damn!
We get a minigun. A minigun's actually pretty cool. So we have 4 grenades. That's going to make this fight super easy. I honestly would say if I die here, I would donate $50 to the charity. I'm just that confident that there's no way I die here. Except for that was pretty poor. Hey. Birkin? And this should be game. It is game. What are we at? 150? We have... Time is coming up, but I'm gonna run time because I think we can get the super secret special going. So that's time for the run. And I know because I have a tool up that it was a 104.10. It's kind of a terrible run. It is... is 7 minutes slower than my personal best. But that is the A run for Claire. And we're going to run through this We're going to get this cutscene in. And then I'm going to do something special because we are quite a bit ahead of time.
It's okay.
Comparatively.
We're getting out of here.
No, we're not going to call time yet, just because that's time for the run, but because I want to make sure I have enough time for what I'm trying to do, I want the timer to be running through the cutscenes here for a second.
So what's the first thing you want to do when we get out of here?
I want to see where you live.
Good. 'Cause I take a shower.
Yeah.
Really? That bad? Ooh, yeah.
Claire.
Yeah, so he gets the updated alternative skin. He got shot, by the way.
So good to see you.
So that is
You did.
the A scenario. And it looks like I have 13 minutes. We're going to skip that. We're going to skip that because we're actually going to tell that story. So that's not quite the end of the game. There is the second scenario. And the second scenario goes a little bit in a different direction. But luckily, the majority of the game is still the same. So what I'm going to do is basically this is right here. That happened. We heard a disturbance in the back of the cart. That's all you need to know for this. And if you'll notice, I have the Infinity machine gun just because I needed to get a save set up for this. So we heard a disturbance in the back of the cart. We're supposed to go to the back of the cart. You can do this fight with the knife entirely too. It's actually not that hard, I found out.
You gotta stop moving like this.
Right now, he's basically immune to damage. Not entirely. But this is all doing about 1% damage per second. If even. And this is where real damage starts piling up. And actually, the knife is significantly better for doing this than the minigun is. I just didn't have any knives left because I didn't pick any up.
We're gonna lose that car.
There is no input here. That's basically it.
You like that? What, fucker?
Give me your hand.
Buy scene for that one. So, while we have a little bit of a lull, I want to go ahead and say I want to thank the Resident Evil Discord community. They've been a great help for me learning this. Highly recommend you all go and check it out if you're thinking about running this. They're very welcoming. Top runners are very helpful for teaching you. I've actually gotten help from the world record holder in this more than once.
Well, we actually just met last night.
Yeah. That would have been one hell of a first date, though.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Look, he might be able to give us a ride.
What if it's not just the city?
Get Sherry out of here.
Come on.
The outside world goes on.
Hey, that was Live Another Day by the great.
He was friendly.
So, is it over?
I don't know. But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you damn right we will.
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. Come on.
Hey, you guys can adopt me.
Adopt you?
We can get a puppy.
Puppy?
Yeah, the G-Virus, the perfected G-Virus is pretty stubborn.
My mom said they're too messy.
So that was Resident Evil 2. That is time, if anyone is here, that can go ahead and call time. I want to continue with my thank yous. The Resident Evil Discord, amazing place. All of the Resident Evil Discords are amazing places. Very welcoming, very friendly, very helpful. I want to thank the staff here at Really Lots of Lore, Really Longathon. They did a great job putting this all together, and I want to thank all the runners before me, and I want to preemptively thank all the runners coming after me for making this such a great event. And with that, that is the end of Resident Evil. And that time doesn't mean anything because that wasn't part of a run. So I want to say thank you, and I want you all to have a great rest of your day and a great time with the rest of this event. Thank you.
Resident Evil.
Hello chat. Welcome to Final Fantasy or World of Final Fantasy. It's a pretty long game with all the cutscenes. Cutscenes add like 6 hours to the run. So get comfy. We will be here for a while and I'm ready to start the countdown. Let's go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and enjoy!
Prologue. Awake at last.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
I hope the audio is okay. We will start talking soon. Thank you for the good luck, have fun. Here we meet our playable characters, currently nameless. Thank you all for the good luck.
Time to wake up.
So we saw these two characters, currently no name. We don't know where we are, what happened.
Huh?
And nothing strange happened.
What a nap. Oh, right. I gotta get to work.
Oh yeah, it's Monday for me. Time to get to work.
Oh, am I gonna make it? The boss hates when I'm late.
So we go to the coffee shop, which is totally not Starbucks.
The streets sure are quiet today. Hey, I'm here. Huh? How'd she get in if no one's here yet? Good morning. I'm real sorry. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
Huh?
The customer.
Right. She needs some water.
Oh, no thanks. A pint. I mean, a cup of coffee, please. Oh, and bring the whole jar of sugar. I'm gonna need it.
Right. That's 1 cup of joe. And I'll get you one of the big jars. Has nobody made the coffee yet? Come on, get it together, guys. I'm sorry, miss. This might take a while.
Hey, no hurry. Time's not an issue.
Time is not an issue.
Here you go.
Can't drink all the time. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a lot of sugar. Is it even coffee anymore? Good question.
There you are! Lon!
Keep it down, Rain. How about acting your age, huh?
Hey, don't talk down to me. Listen, last time I checked, little bro, I've been around a few minutes longer than you.
Okay. I get it already. Very sorry.
You like coffee with your sugar, yes.
So, what's up? I'm all ears.
Well, you don't have to get all sarcastic.